Hi, this is Monique Hall. I'm coming back with another episode 9, recounting my experience after suffering 3 successive heart attacks and subsequently cardiac arrest. With each of them, excuse me, it's just the throat thing, it's a constant. However, I know all my videos have been really, really heavy, and as we're approaching Thanksgiving, I wanted to kind of take a break from that, and in the spirit of being thankful and giving thanks, I wanted to acknowledge everyone that was with me, supported me, visited me, um, gave me virtual love, um, just helping me feel that I wasn't going through what I what I was experiencing alone. Um, I've mentioned a lot about my immediate family. Of course, my mother, my aunt, Janet Booth, and um, going down that line with family would be, you know, my cousins that were at my bedside as quickly as they could get there. From the Knox family, my cousin Pam, Sylvia, Cynthia, um, Deborah, excuse me, and then, of course, my sisters. Uh, I feel like I'm like accepting an award or something. No. Then I'd like to move over to my extended family for a minute because just like with the birth of my son Grayson, my mother and father-in-law were down here from Central California in record time. And my sister-in-law Stephanie, um, they were the family members from my husband's side that could make it, and they stayed until I was out of the woods. But I just remember I was barely awake, and I think the ventilator was had been removed, um, and I think it had just been removed. I couldn't talk very well, um, but Mark, my father-in-law, and then there's Stephanie stood by his side, and my mother-in-law Patty, and it was really hard. I said this wasn't going to be heavy, but just going back there and watching them and how they were reacting as they were taking it all in, having been briefed by the nurses and kept abreast of my situation by Chris. I I was really taken aback by Mark. Um, his glasses, he said, had fogged up, and he had to take them off and rub his eyes. So, you know, out of 4 men that I give credit to for being um, like father figures in my life, including, you know, my dad. Mark is one, and my Uncle Larry is the other that's still with us. So, having him there really, really helped. And my mother-in-law Patty is a retired NP, so nurse practitioner. Um, So having her support as someone that's always been in my corner for as long as I've um, been with the family, um, and a lot, and Stephanie's just incredible. So I wanted to thank them and acknowledge their support, and also the remaining in-laws, and included in the extended family would be the Bowman family. We corresponded a lot after I was back home, and um, not only were they there in spirit and you know, conversation, their support in many ways was incredible, and I wrote to them and gave them a thank you card. I was wanting to make sure they understood that at the time I couldn't really do it, go into a lot of detail and talk about it, but I remember explaining a bit to Jerry. So, thank you. I'm sorry. It was my girlfriend's, my dear sweet best friend that encouraged me to start these videos. She has a little boy herself, so traveling wasn't. I actually, she would have, but I had her stay home. My girlfriend Ariane, she's been amazing in terms of support. She visited me several times in the hospital and after, and I feel like she represented the people in my life that may not be connected by blood or family ties, but I could see everything in her face. And I am so grateful to have known this woman for, it's been over 30 years, girl. Not a lot of people get to say that about people in their lives, but we've definitely shared ours together, and you know, my other friends that were able to come and visit Raul, thank you so much. Another family of friends that I have to really spotlight would be the Snooks family. They are part of our Trinity Christian School community and family. The support that they provided for us as a family, helping care for Grayson, Mary sitting by my side. I love you. You're an incredible woman and an inspiration in your own right. But also with the Trinity family came the support from the other families that weren't even in Grayson's class, taking up funds, covering some of his expenses, just being there and praying for us. Just meant everything as well. I mean, it's overwhelming the amount of love and support we had. My pastor, a head pastor, and Reverend Alston, Dr. John Ringel and Reverend Alston, came and visited me twice. I felt special. They prayed with me, and that gave me an incredible amount of strength and purpose. And just, I really, I don't know. I'm kind of losing it. But just along with anyone that I may have not included in, named out personally, if you're out there and you know me and you were there with me during this time, or that time rather, in whether it was prayer, a personal visit, a card, a gift, anything, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. One last item that I have to mention as well. Grayson's class, they wrote get well cards for me, and I thought that was just precious. My poor little baby was trying to cope with everything as well as could be expected, and he's a very strong young man. Some of the children showed their love so much, they wrote several cards, drawing pictures, telling me personal stories. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but I cannot re-record this video. It's too hard. And yes, that was the thing, the Magnum PI for my ringtone. They're just, and those are the dogs. I will tie things up right now, given all the interruptions. But those children, I love them. I will always love them, and their support and how sweet they are, and the welcome that I got when I came back onto campus meant so much, and I'm so grateful that I was able to do it before the pandemic really broke out and changed the way we live. Another parent that was very active with the church, Chris, I love you, and he is still sustaining me, and I hope this video finds you too, because I do miss you, and but since we're not at Trinity anymore for a number of reasons, you guys will stay in our hearts forever and ever, ever. But I need to bring this video to a close, and I pray for many things all the time, but I pray that everyone enjoys a safe Thanksgiving filled with love and warmth and joy. I also pray that everyone that sees these videos remember that it is my mission for them to be shared, so that other people that have gone through similar experiences can perhaps use them as a tool to cope, and maybe something that other family members and friends can use to kind of get perspective on things, and use it as support as well. I am going to sign off for this episode, and please stay tuned for the next. Thank you, and God bless.